Mis panchicos, ustedes, Omenewan, primeramente, saludos y respetos going out to everyone. Today, we have the beautiful opportunity to be right here. One of my, I'm not going to say childhood friend because he's of another generation, but when I was a teenager, dog, 14 to maybe 17, I got a lot of chance to interact with the homie right here. And back in those days, I tell you from my experience, dog, like, the homie was out there. His homies looked up to him. Pretty sure they still do. No disrespect, you know. But I'm talking about when I was young. You know, this homie was there, and you guys will see as the video goes on what I'm talking about with the change he made in his life, and not going out backwards like other people that change and go backwards. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We're not here to bash nobody, but introduce yourself, better for those that don't know who you are yet.
My name is Arturo Ortiz. I'm 48 years old. I'm from Oxnard, California. Born and raised. Grew up in the Squires Drive neighborhood housing authority. Um, you know, just just uh, you know, grew up there as a child. Just living around in the housing authority and stuff like that.
Okay, so this is out of topic, but I remember, you know, when I went to your house one time, a long time ago, dog, you brought up two things. You brought your pictures and you brought newspaper clippings, dog. I'll get to the news clippings later, but I remember like the unique thing about you and your homies from your water your age, like you guys really grew up together, bro. And that's something that, you know, like to this day, I know that you're still in touch with some of those guys in that picture, bro. There was even a little black dude on there. You know what
Yeah,
picture I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah,
Tell us a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
about that.
So back growing up in Squires, it's only about 100 projects there altogether. It's a dead end, one way in, one way out. There's three circles there, meaning circles that are playgrounds, and there's housing authority all around them. But basically, we all just kicked it with each other. We didn't let outsiders come in. We were just like just us. If you were an outsider, you had to go. If you didn't live in Squires or grew up in Squires, you couldn't kick it with us. But with that said, we were a tight knit group. Our moms, our dads, tias, tios, everybody knew everybody there, man. We knew when somebody got a new car. We knew when somebody got paid. You know what I mean? We knew the whole ins and out, but that made us a lot closer to each other. You know what I mean? When one of us got jumped, everybody jumped. When one of us got a job, everybody knew we had a job. But with that said, we had other ethnics there also. We had a few white families, a few African American families there, and they were there before I moved in. I moved in 1985. Everybody was there about late 60s, early 70s. But as it is, we were all small and tight, so we all played sports. Growing up, we were just always playing sports. And we had a coach, Tiny, Tiny
Tiny.
Patino, man. Tiny Patino, you know what I mean? He's one of the legends there in Squires. He showed us all how to box. We ended up making the Squires Drive Boxing Club, and we learned. We went to tournaments, we went amateurs. And with that, a lot of us grew up boxing and stuff with them. And we all got tight like that. But the brothers, the Taylor family, I think they're still there.
Shout out to the Taylor family, man.
Taylor, Ben Taylor, and Jesse Taylor. They're still there, I think. But they grew up with us. And it wasn't easy because it was only like two families. African American. You know what I mean? But they hung in there with us, and we played sports together. We did boxing together. And just grew up with each other, man.
Okay, you know, I know the demographic, I know how it works, but for those that don't know how it works, what made was when you moved in, was there already, and we're not here to promote no gangs, but it's always good to let the kids know the bad. That way later on in the video they hear the good and how they could themselves derail from walking that path, you know. So I was gonna ask you, when you moved into Squires, was it already gangs or you guys
Yeah.
made it a gang or cómo
Yeah.
está eso?
So in '85, when I moved in, we upgraded big time. We lived in a two-bedroom apartment on Hill Street. You know what I mean? But we were just,
The pink
little,
apartments?
the ones on the corner of C Street and Hill Street, which are the one stories right next to the church behind it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So that was like 3 of us.
The little ones, those are
the little ones. So the 2 bedrooms. So my parents had one, and me, my 2 brothers had a bunk bed and a single bed. It was 3 of us in a room.
They can't live like a sober living home.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So then from there we applied for housing, and in '85 they called us and like, you know what, we got a home for you guys. When we get to Squires, we're like, damn, look at this, man. Yeah. We got our own rooms now. We got a cuartito downstairs for storage. Like, we even got a lawnmower, fucking push lawnmower, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, shit, you know, we had a yard, a laundry, all the extras that were like, man, you know? And I look back, I go, all these places, all these homes all look the same and shit, man. They look like a military camp or something, you know? Not one home is different than the other, you know?
It's like the Navy, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we got the naval base here in Oxnard.
Yeah, we got Point Mugu and the CBC, the Navy and Air Force. But so that's what I thought at first. I was like, man, this place looks like uniform, like, you know, military place. But I go, but man, it's huge. It's a big upgrade for us, you know. So yeah, when we moved in, there's a playgrounds in the middle of them, you know. And when I got there, I was still 9 years old, and I was not hit with it. You know, my parents are from Mexico, from Catarina, Jalisco.
Shout out to Jalisco.
Near Guadalajara, you know.
Mezquicacan.
Eso.
Yahualica, all that.
There you go. There you go. And so my parents coming over here, you know, they didn't know anything about barrios, you know, they're from Mexico and stuff like that, you know, and us being brought up that way, coming into a neighborhood, a housing authority, you know, we had to live and learn quick, you know, but I still didn't like know what was going on yet. I was still little kids on the slides, on the merry-go-rounds, you know, just playing little ball and shit like that.
And would you see gang activity, or you guys revived it? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. So let's go with that. So as I moved in, my big homie Chato, you know, Chops and all them, they were out there already doing their thing. They had the lows and all that. So where I grew up at, in the second circle, everybody would post up in the second circle, roll up in their lowriders, bump the jams all night, kick it on the bench. Because from the bench you could see the cops coming in from the dead end. So that was a spot right there where everybody kicked it at, you know, and it was right in front of my house. I was like, fuck. Yeah. So at night I'll be screaming out there, hey, fucking keep it down, man. Fuck. My mom's like, shh, los cholos, cabrón, te van a chingar. And I was like, oh shit. You know,
and they thought it was funny, the cholos, or
yeah, they didn't know who it was. They didn't care. They're whistling, they're bumping the jams. You know what I mean?
You were doing the same thing.
Yeah, man. So to growing up and seeing that, you know, I still didn't get into it until about 13 years old. We went to Ocean
like 5
View.
years later, or 4 years later.
We went to Ocean View, and right when we get to Ocean View, they said everybody that lives in Lemonwood on this side of the bench. Everybody that lives on Olds Road over here. All the Squires people over here.
So Lemonwood was already a thing back then?
Lemonwood was already in, yeah, they were in, and so was Olds Road, if you remember that, La Calle Vieja.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, the little something. They tried to stop, you know. Same thing with Diamond Bar.
Yeah,
but they were Crips. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't believe me when I tell them stories like that. But we'll save those stories for a different time. We're gonna focus on Squires. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we get there. We're lined up. We're looking around. My brother Gato, my brother Mario Ortiz was already 2 years older than me. He already was from the neighborhood and everything. He was already in 8th grade. I'm a 6th grader. They're like all the Squire boys all right here, or Squires people here, and we're like, so everybody that was there, because they had some other people from the colonia there. Cisco and all those vatos, they were starting up their little thing there, and they had them on the old road side.
Those are the outside colonia.
Outside colonia.
Yeah, shout out to the colonia, see?
They grew up over here by Ocean View, you know? But so they separated, they looked at us, they just automatically started calling, oh, those are the Squire boys right there. You know, and we're looking at each other like, well, we from Squire, we're little kids, dog. Yeah. You know, my brother is, our brothers are, but we're not yet, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, all right, well, we're looking at each other like, all right, you know. So as the time went on, we ended up pulling ourselves away because we all went to Tierra Vista together, but we all separated ourselves from them. And then eventually by 7th grade, everybody just started to file in and stuff.
So basically, you got dragged into the lifestyle.
Pretty much.
It's like if you would have lived somewhere different, like Newberry Park or something, maybe you would have chosen a different path.
Yeah. I mean, it was a demographic.
But you don't regret it. I mean, nobody regrets.
That's where I grew up, brother. You know? That's where I grew up, and I met a good friends, solid homies there. You know, I'm still in touch, like you said, with a lot of them and shit. You know what I mean? We're carnales. We don't each other call ourselves homeboys anymore. We're brothers and shit because we're like the last of the few remaining. It's sad to say, man, that out of all of us that were up and growing and shit, there's only about half of us left. You know, and it sucks. It sucks, man. But you know what? I count my blessings, you know, all the time because it's not easy to make 48 years old anymore
No,
nowadays.
no, hey, shout out for that, bro. So okay, now you're in junior high, you get into the barrio scene y todo ese pedo, right?
Yeah.
Did you see your life change or was it the same because you lived there?
Well, as you live there, you become a part of your environment. You know, you're the victim or you're the prey. I mean, you're the prey or you're the predator. You know, one or the other, right? And there was people that grew up there, you know, that didn't get jumped in and become affiliation, but they didn't come outside either. But for the one of us that were out there, that were posted up at night, you know, holding up the neighborhood, doing our thing. We were the predators in this deal. You know what I mean? And we were out there, you know, seeing what we can do and a way to come up and to follow through what's going on. We became you know, we started distributing and doing other illegal activities, you know, just to make some little money and have something with us, you know.
At what age? Okay, joining the barrio is one thing, but at what age do you start flirting with hard drugs?
Okay, so me, my mentality has always been since I was a youngster from selling canicas, frajos from Mexico, the
That's
little
a
things
good
that
thing.
I
That's a
had.
good
I
thing,
always
dog.
had a little hustle since I was a kid. I started selling baseball cards and doing all that, but obviously now I'm a lot older, 16, 17. I get a, you know, I found out some connections. I found out what you can make on this stuff. So I started around 16, 17, started pushing some stuff, some illegal activities, you know, and I was always about the money though. I wasn't about the addict in this. My thing was always make feria, you know, make feria, have things, have a car, and all that. I was the first one in my generation to have a car, 76 Monte Carlo, Alpine pullout, you know what I mean? The CDs.
You were doing it.
I was
You were
doing
doing
it,
it.
two pagers, you know what I mean? And by the time I got to about 19, I started like, you know, I was just like seeing these guys always happy, jumping, doing push ups, hugging each other, dancing and
So
shit.
you didn't start that young, then,
I said,
dog.
nah, like, what are these guys? You know what I mean? Is it that good? The shit I'm selling that fucking good, right? So I'm like, man, so you know what? Let's smoke some of this shit. Let's put some in the weed and let's smoke this shit. But it didn't get us like dancing and doing push-ups and
Nah.
pull-ups. We didn't get that far, but it gave us a head change, right? But I was like, man, that's not too bad. But I had so much of it, it didn't really affect me, you know. And then as I got older into the 20, 21, that's when like, you know what? After doing it so long, you do something for so long, it doesn't affect you no more. So you always graduate, and it's called the gateway drug.
The upgrade.
Marijuana is a gateway drug. So you go from there to the back then it was crank, then eventually to the heroin was the ultimate, you know, rush and high and shit. So at 21 I started doing heroin. And that took me to a whole different level where I wasn't myself anymore. I wasn't Arturo no more. I was trying to find stuff, hustle stuff. It wasn't even about making money and looking good anymore. I was just trying to stay well, you know, and that's when like I started to like become somebody who I wasn't anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And life started, you know, life started to go down after that, you know.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you right now. At what age you got incarcerated to where you made it actually to prison? But before I ask that, if you don't mind me asking, uh, around 85 through 89, was Southside there already, or nomás había
Nah,
Squires?
no, it was only Squires back then. Southside was they used to be rolling 60s. There was Southside Gangster Crips. There was Grave Street. You know what I mean? I'm telling the truth. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and shit. Nah, they weren't out yet.
No, no disrespect to them.
Yeah,
It's
no,
facts.
no,
It's
that's
facts.
it is what it is. Nobody's making up nothing, but it did happen eventually. It did transform in the early '90s. It started transforming into Southside.
So the same homies that we see as OGs, they were something else.
There was
We're
something
not even gonna
else.
say it because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
we know.
yeah. And it is what it is. Colors took a big effect on people. The movie Colors, people
Yeah.
thought they were grit and blood and all that little stuff, you know, going on. But we always stood Squires
There was none
because
of that in El Rio.
in El Rio wasn't any of that. Colonia didn't have any of that. Nah, all these older, nah, it wasn't.
You guys heard it from the homie right here, dog.
Yeah, yeah, no,
I mean, it's nothing bad. It's just
yeah.
it's that's how the evolution took place.
It is what it is, right?
Right?
I mean, we can't turn it back anymore, right?
Was
But
Sultan there?
Sultan was there, but they came from LA also because they were influenced by this
Did Loma
vato
come
that
from
came
LA
in.
too?
They used to be mid-city little criminals before.
Little
You know what I mean?
criminals.
They weren't Hill Street Loma. Everybody started to graduate and evolve. But the two oldest was always El Rio and Colonia and A Street, Scalon, which
Yeah.
were always the
Even
predominant.
H way later after them, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they eventually Concord, Alaric, Fashion Park, all them guys ended up turning into Southside. You know what I mean? And they asked us, "Hey, you guys want to, click in with us in that?" My older homie Chato's like, "Nah, I mean, we're our own. We hold our own. We're our own little neighborhood. Yeah, we're not many, but you know what? We've been around a little bit longer. I mean, long. So it's like, you know what? We're just gonna stick Squires Drive,
Rich in history.
and
Rich in history,
and
yeah.
and it is what it is. If you guys are cool with it, and if not, but we were cool. We were cool for a while with them, and but they ended up turning into Southside, and they're deep. They're numbers. They got numbers,
They
you know what I
do.
mean. And I got good close friends from there, and you know what I mean.
Shout out to Southside, no
Yeah, yeah.
disrespect to them, you know?
Concord, all of them, Fashion Park, all of them, man.
I don't think, I mean, I can only speak for my era. During my era, they were more like boxed in to Cuesta and Perkins, that little area right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They weren't really out here in Concord and stuff like that. It was like over here, you're walking around here, you really run into Seal Boys.
Oh yeah, because
You
of
know,
you have all that
commercial.
right there, commercial,
And they were deep. They
California,
were deep.
the trailer parks and all that,
Elm Street.
Yeah, yeah, all that area. But just we were small. We were never over 50, 60. We were always in the lower, but what was good was that we had a big thing about it was that if you didn't live in Squires, you couldn't be from Squires. That's how we started off. We were
Not even
really
Cypress?
not even Cypress. That all came later as the time went on and different generations. Cypress came in, a few of the homies from the other side of Squires, which is called the rich side of Squires, which was the houses and all that across the street. But eventually now it's gotten different. Every neighborhood's
Sleepy, no
different.
disrespect to you, but you're from the rich side.
Yeah, the other side, and yeah, I mean, shit. I wish I would have been living in the other side. You
Yeah,
know what I
no.
mean? But under our finances, we were had to
But
come through housing.
even you said that the housing was beautiful, no? Like,
Yeah, it's huge.
like
Huge grass in the back, grass in the front, a merry-go-round, a
the
playground.
shack was already in
The
place.
shack
Or no?
wasn't in. The shack came in later. This was something that we invented towards the back of Cypress for us to get away and not be in the hot spot of the neighborhood. We had our own little shack where we could stay till 3, 4, 5 in the
And
morning.
people won't understand. People won't understand, bro. That right now that they built a park over it.
Yeah.
Back then it was all driveways, dog. Like
Dirt roads, horses,
dirt lots,
horses,
you know?
roosters, all of that.
All
You
of
don't see
that.
that no more, man. It was a good times, man. It was some good
It
times.
will never exist no more, huh?
Nah, times have changed now, man.
Not even behind you can't because it's the train
No,
track.
now the Garden City right next to it, it's a whole new development coming up now.
That was for
And the cops are hip to it now. Back then, as long as we didn't bring in nothing, make up no dust, they let us party. They let us do our things. You know what I mean? But we all right. We had it good, man. We had it good. There's no regrets of any of this.
Okay, so that's that. Now we're gonna move on to at what age do you hit prison, bro?
So I went to Chocowalla at 18. It sucked, man, because I could have graduated. I was supposed to graduate, had everything lined up, all my, requirements. And
At 18,
at
you were already
18,
there.
because I fell back a year. My mom held us back because we didn't speak English good enough. You know what I mean? So she held us back. So at 18, they hit me to Chocowalla, and that was another rude awakening, something new I never thought I'd hit. And but it really didn't fix me. It didn't really like open up my eyes. It made
But you
me.
weren't doing drugs yet, right?
No, not yet. I was
So
still
you got busted
into.
for being a
Yeah,
criminal,
yeah.
period.
I was into making money at the time.
Oh, okay.
So when you see all that in there, and then you get out, and people are glamorizing you because you're the first one from your generation to go upstate, you know what I mean? You're put on a pedestal, it seems like, and you become the voice of your generation. You start doing stuff when you get out. So I get out. I tell my youngsters, line them up, youngsters. We're gonna line this up. You guys didn't grow up in Squires. You didn't grow up in Squires. You didn't grow up. You're gonna go heads up with my homeboys right here. If you hang in there and you have the heart to throw chingazos heads up,
Wow.
then you're going to be pretty much accepted. But if you want to just call it quits and walk out,
That's fine too.
That's fine too, man. But line them up, boys. So the fellas got them up. They all lined them up. Nobody turned away, and then neighborhood all of a sudden went from 20 to 40 now. You know what I mean? And I'm out here. I'm trying to get.
Those are good numbers, dog.
Yeah, not bad for one street, one dead end. That's all it was, right? So it was what it was, right? And the leadership we had, or like every other neighborhood, we had the voice, and we had some people organizing stuff, the barbecues, the fellas, and doing all that stuff together. But eventually, the drugs came into place. The drugs thing came in at 21. So you're more into the drugs now than you are into
To the barrio.
to the neighborhood. It takes you away from what.
Even though you're still there, your
Yeah.
focus is mainly on that than to do crime for the hood.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah, you get a gun, times are hard. That shit's gonna. Damn, sorry, fellas. Sorry, fellas. We'll get another one later when I come up.
No, I never did that, pero but that's a hard one right there.
Well, you're talking heroin too, though.
Yeah,
Meth and heroin is a whole different animal.
I understand. I've seen people, like, no disrespect to the homies, I won't say no names, but I've seen people cry on that, bro.
Yeah. People vomit. People use the restroom on themselves.
Yeah.
People tell on people because they don't want to kick. It gets people to a point in their lives, man, that it weakens them and shit. You know what I mean? So doing that from 18 to 36, in and out, in and out, in and out, promises. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I did nothing for 18 years. From 18 to 36, man, I was promises, broken promises, in and out, just like nothing to show for, brother. Nothing to show for. So at 36, I said, man.
So you were heavily addicted from 18 to 36. Listen to that, guys.
18 to 36. 18 years down the drain. I have no memories. I have few memories, my children. But other than that, I have no other memories, anything. And I'll get to that later about how it all changes and how good life can get. But from 18 to 36 was a blur. I wasted my life. I promised my kids the world, my mom, everybody that I cared for. I let down, and that was the point in my life. At 36, I said I needed something has to happen for that. So when my parole said, Arturo, we're gonna send you to Kepper House for a violation instead of sending you to Wasco, we're gonna get you to a home and you're gonna be there for 5 months and see what happens, man. But if you don't complete that, you're going back to custody. So I was like, it's around Thanksgiving. Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm cool. I'll go to Kepra. I don't want to eat that shit in the county, that processed turkey no more. I want to come out and eat some real turkey.
And you remember in prison, dog, when I went in 05, I don't know when you first went, but when I first went was 2005, and they used to give you 2 trays for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then by the next 2 Christmases, it went down to 1 plate. And then,
one little bag. Remember the candy bag from Angels? Angels something would give you a little bag of
I don't remember that bag.
Candy canes. Well,
I think that was in the county.
The county? Is that where it was? Okay, that's where it was then. Because
Snickers and stuff?
That was the best meal, was Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it wasn't a meal, bro. It was all processed. You know what I mean? It was processed. So from in and out suffering and wasting time and amounting to nothing for 18 years, at 36, I got to Kepper House, full out fucking feast. The homie Marshall,
shout out to
Morales, Kepper House, Marshall Morales.
For those of you guys that are from out of town, that's a sober living home.
Kepper House, yes. It's a treatment center, and there's also sober living. So it's on the avenue, and it's Medi-Cal funded also. But at that time, the state was funding us. So they gave me 5 months to be there for treatment and see if I like this. So this is my first time in treatment, people. I've never been in treatment, never did a program, never went to NA.
Is it your first time sobering up?
Yeah.
In those 18 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, brother. Wow. Yeah. Well, the only time I was sober was when I was busted. When I would get out, I would last maybe 3, 4, 6 months. I was at 6 months. I'm like, damn, I'm doing good. But after 6 months, damn, I've been out a long time.
Yeah.
So going to a treatment center opened up my eyes to the NA, to the Narcotics Anonymous program out here in Ventura County, because growing up to Squires, they didn't say, hey, homie, you're strung out, fool, you need to go to a meeting. hey, homie, you're strung out. You need to go to NA, bro, and fucking get right. They didn't tell us any of that shit. They said, better get ready for when you go upstate. And you better, this is what you need to do. So going to Kepra, learning NA at 36 years old, never been a treatment, never been a meaning anything. It opened up my eyes. I was a sponge. I was a baby, bro. I was learning everything. The homie Jimmy Hartman and Gigi and all them, man. Shout out to you guys, man, for showing and paving the way for us. You know, these are older Colonia boys and stuff, you know, coming to the meetings, picking us, taking us to outside meetings, bringing shoes that
Was I don't know if it's Chispas and his brother. Were they there already, or they weren't on the scene yet?
they weren't in the scene yet.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they came in later.
I seen them in jail.
Yeah, they came in later. But
Shout out to them.
The
They
shout
did a lot
out,
of good stuff.
but the originals was Jimmy Hartman and Gigi from Colonia.
Older than them.
Well, I would think so, yeah, because they're in their almost 50s and shit, and they would come and they would say, "Hey, homito," with Pendletons and fucking sarapes, and I'm like, damn, the homies do recover out here and shit. I thought it was just other races. Nah, bro, look at this shit. Lolos, come on, fellas, let's go. I'm gonna take you guys to meetings. So we get all Bonnaroo and get our wear our best fucking gear, and we would go with them and head out to meetings. And afterwards, they take us to go grab something real quick, McDonald's, Burger King, out of their pocket. They didn't get paid for it. They didn't get nothing. It was just one addict helping another addict,
That's beautiful.
And that's the thing that I learned. So I was a sponge to these guys. I'm like, I want to be like them one day. I want to come back here and give bread on Saturday to the fellas. I want to come back and get all my old shoes that I didn't use that don't fit me no more, give them to the newcomer that has a fucking week, 2 weeks in recovery. I want to come back and have my speech and tell my testimony to the newcomer that's sitting in those chairs because they don't know what's ahead of them. They don't know how good their life's gonna get.
Now you're gonna have people all over the world watching you.
Well, yeah, man. So,
and this is I didn't tell you this. I wasn't gonna tell you this until we finished the interview. But this could be a stepping stone for other platforms too, bro.
Correct.
If you're interested.
Correct.
Because it's up to you.
To me, brother, it's not about the million viewers. It's that one viewer that we might change their life. That's what this is all about right here today. You know what I mean? And growing up and causing the destruction of lives and everything that we did out there, I didn't care about nobody, bro, but myself. I didn't even care about my kids, bro, because I wasn't changing for them. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that when I got to Kepra, I had to be there as long as I had to be there in order to get my life right. So when my kids would say, Dad, you love that place more than you love me. Dad, you love those addicts more than you love me, because you spend more time there than you do with us at the house, at grandma's. And I said, Mija, you don't understand yet. I'm not ready to come home yet. I have to fix this up here. Yeah, physically, I'm not withdrawing. I'm not craving. No, physically, I'm not. But mentally, this is the strongest and most worst enemy you have. And I said, you know what, Mija, until this is fixed and I have a foundation and I have time under my belt and I got friends in recovery who I could freaking choose and surround myself with when shit hits the fan, then, Mija, I'll be ready to come home. But guess what? I still didn't come home. I wasn't gonna go back to Cuesta where my mom lived at. You know what I mean? It was a trigger for me. That restroom, the living room, the cuartito in the back, all of that right there was a trigger for me. Memories, old memories. So I try to stay away. My mom, ¿por qué no te quedas, mijo? Why don't you stay here a little bit longer? I gotta go, mom. Why, mijo? You don't like it. You'll never understand.
That's how you're gonna fight.
Because you're not an addict, mom. Tú eres mexicana de Mexico. You're raised in a rancho in Guadalajara, in Catarina. You know what I mean? One day you'll get it, mom. One day you'll get it. But for now, mom, I gotta go. So.
And where would you go? Back to the camp?
Go to the Kepra, my safe zone. That was my nest. I would fly back, and I was good there,
But how long were you there?
2 years. I was there for 2 years. I was able to get my little checking account, my little credit card, my little fucking Ultima, my little hoopty, with the Iron Maiden in the back, fucking, because that's whoever had it before me was a rock and roll person. I used to get a hard time for that.
So that's from 36 to 38.
36 to 38. After 38, my homegirl Celia Cervantes, thank you for everything, and my homeboy Chino, both of you guys, man, big influences to me, helping me getting out of this, man. She opened up her room to me to rent at her house. Instead of going back to my mom's, I rented a room at the Pepper Tree, and I was there for 2 years, saving my money, working, doing McDonald's, humbled myself to work at McDonald's, doing driving at night before Uber. We had this service called We Drive. Israel Martinez, thank you for opening up that door to us and all the Capricorns, because all the managers were out doing these deliveries, driving people home drunk in their vehicles, and we would follow with another vehicle, jump in their car, take them home, drop them off in their car, and get back in ours and dispatch throughout the whole night. So I'm working 2 jobs and working a manager shift all day Saturday at Kepper House. So I'm hitting it hard. No sleep, hardly. Like,
What is that like to be a manager at a sober living home?
so manager at a treatment center is you watch the guys, which is 54 people. You do give them their meds. You check that they're not out of bounds, leaving to the liquor store. They're not fighting. They're not using. You do your walks, your perimeters. You have your little clipboard. You're making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. But because you do that shift, you get free rent. So I was able to live for free while I worked there for my 16-hour shift.
But when you're not there, who does
So
that?
they have 3 shifts. They had the AM, the PM, and the graveyard. The graveyard used to get paid. He would get paid, but like the morning and the afternoon, we were all recovering addicts, just stepping up to the
So the graveyard just has to make sure nobody's getting high.
or nobody leaves. Imagine graveyard. Oh, this was asleep. Let's vámonos. You know what I mean? But they did. No, they did, brother. Motherfuckers were sneaky. But I told myself when I get to the program, I'm not gonna half-ass this shit. I'm not gonna be cutting corners. I'm not gonna be smoking weed. I'm not gonna drink at 9 o'clock because it won't come up in the afternoon, in the evening. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm gonna go look for work. I'm gonna go fucking hustle like I did everything else out here, but I'm gonna do it on a positive tip now. And people clown me because I was 36 years old working at McDonald's. I would give back.
No, and that's I don't even want to get into that because that's
Yeah.
I feel like any type of job, no matter what job it is, bro, it's an honor because right here in the fields, I don't know if you heard about it this week.
Mm-hmm.
A person died working in the heat,
wow.
and people look at it like, oh, they're working in the fields,
Man.
So I don't want to get into that. Any job to me, it's an honorable thing to have.
Yeah. It's a paycheck.
So now, 38 from 38 to you making the first transition, opening your first home. How does that go?
So before the home, a little bit before the home, I'm still working. On one of these trips that we're doing the Uber thing, I meet this gentleman, Richard Jones, RC, family farms here in Oxnard, in Varrio.
Shout out to them.
To the Jones family, Roger Jones Park. That's the uncle donated. I'm driving him home from the thing one day. He goes, "Hey brother, you ever driven a limo before?" I'm like, "Fuck, I've never even been in one, bro." what is a limo? We don't have those in Squires. No. And he goes, he goes, no, he goes, I have a limo, bro, and I want to fucking, I need a driver, a sober driver. He goes, the driver we got right now is more fucked up than we are.
Nah.
You know what I mean? They don't get high or anything, they just drink. He's like, this driver's more fucked up than we are. I go, bro, I got 13 months clean, but yeah, why not? He goes, yeah, so go meet me in my house. We'll go for a ride, and I'll show you how to drive my limo, a big old stretch white one. And I was like, oh, shit, all right. A little nervous, got there, started driving this big old long thing, and eventually I became their everyday driver, their dad, the brothers, everybody else in the family. Next thing you know, we go to to the Mission Avocado people, to these people, these big farmers around Oxnard.
So can we say that was the turning point in your life?
Yes.
That's what changed your life?
Yes.
So it's your hard work paid off, but it was also luck. It was luck.
Timing. All my stars were lined up, man. Everything lined up for me. At this point in my age, at 36, this was the pivotal point in my life that happened to me. Either I could go this way, I could take a drink and it could go that way, or I could continue on my path and go the direction I'm going to. But all the stars were lined up for me. I meet this gentleman, Richard Jones. I even got him tattooed right here on me, man. Look at RC, man. That's how pivotal that is right there for me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I always got to remember him, man.
You showed him?
I showed him. I go, brother, you'll always be with me, man. And he's cool as fuck, man. He's fucking funniest guy ever. Humble too, man. He says, Arturo, he goes, you be our driver and just, stay sober and you'll always have work with us. So, that gave me the positiveness that, like this white
all this time.
Guy trusts me now, you know.
Yeah, no. And excuse me to interrupt. All this time that you've been sober, you don't drink either?
No, brother. So
Oh,
so
wow.
that's another thing. November 20th, 2012, I got to Kepper House. 30 days before that was the last time I ever did any drugs or alcohol. So since 2012, I've been clean and sober.
Ooh.
No weed, no alcohol, no pills.
You don't feel something like you want to take a
No,
lucharita?
man. The life I'm living today, there's no way you could think like that, brother. There's no way, man. In my program, it's an honest program. Run this program to the best of your ability. No mind altering substance. That's what NA does, right? And people tell me, bro, you know. So we'll get there to where I'm at with this driving stuff. So I meet this gentleman. He gives me the fucking full like confidence in the world now, bro. I'm telling you, I'm driving around for RC Jones and his family now, you know, and you know, we go to places. He invites me into games. I go in there and kick it with them. You know, like we go see the Lakers. He don't leave me in the car. Come on, Art, come inside, man. You got a ticket for you too, man. Sit right here next to us. You're our bodyguard now. You know what I mean? Big old Mexican. You know what I mean? I'm like, hell yeah, bro. But it's cool. I mean, who else gets paid to fucking go watch a Laker game, right? So I started meeting his friends and friends and friends. You know, Keith Barnard and Ben Barnard. Shout out to you guys also, man. Mission Avocado. They're the owner's son. They also got me wrapped around me, got me influenced with all their people. So now I've been doing this for 8, 9 years now. This driving business. So I started off with the limo. And from the limo, people got burned out on it. So they're like, dude, we need a party bus, Arturo. We need something to dance, move around, TVs. Like I said, all right, cool. So there goes my hustling ass again. Boom, Craigslist. I find a party bus, bring it in, hook it all up. That got so busy and so going. I'm like, dude, I need to get another party bus. So I got 2 party buses, you know, and that's been doing very well. And now I'm to another point in my life where I need to get a classier, like the van that I showed you in, that little smaller black van that we got. Yeah. And we have the Denali.
You should have done the interview.
We'll do it. We'll do another. We'll do another one. We'll do another one. Something different, right? But so that got me to the van and to this. Now it's starting to become something where people are calling me and they know that we're sober. They know we show up on time. So all of this started to develop for me, and I was able to save enough money. But my dream was to get to Kepper House so my kids could have their own home. Me be clean and my kids to grow up in a sober home. Not no ruckus, not no fighting, not no raids, not no probation sweeps, none of that. I wanted my children to grow up in a safe home. So I saved my money up and I ended up buying my first home in 2018. My son moved in with me right away. The other one followed in through later on in time. But now my 2 boys live at my house. They have their own rooms, they have their vehicles. Everything that I worked so hard for 12 years ago has all manifested and it all came together now where they're all now in the safe room, you know? So that goes to to today, but in between from the party buses to what we're at now is you know, I was at Kepper House, and my lady Myra Garcia, big shout out to you. You know, a strong woman makes a strong man. You know, she's my backbone and
If
shit.
you
Man.
guys need a job and you guys are struggling, where to go to?
Express Professionals, employment professionals here in Oxnard, and we'll get to that. And we got a little story with that too, brother, because this is all inspiration. We're not bragging here. All we're doing is giving inspiration to those who think that they can't do it because of their background, because of their gang affiliation, because of their prison history, because of whatever drug abuse. This story is gonna motivate
You
guys.
might want to save a little bit for the next platform.
Yeah. Oh, I got stories, brother.
Yeah, I know.
You know that, bro. I've been seeing your photos. We got things going. But from me, we're being at Kepper House. My lady, I known her since Ocean View Junior High School, which is our junior high. You know, later on, I go this way, she goes that way, and later on, we all come together. That's why I say the stars all line up perfectly, right? I met the woman of my dreams. We ended up talking. I said, "Hey, you do employment. I got guys that need work. Why don't you come over do a seminar here at Kepper House? And why don't you you know, tell them about your what you do? Because she's also a general manager. She's the boss at her jale, you know. So what she did is she came over and she told the guys, She told the guys, like, this is how you do an interview. This is how you dress up, guys. Don't lie on your interview. She gave them all the pointers. She had her board. She came and give out
Also,
pins.
don't lie.
Well, it depends, brother. It depends. I can't tell you to lie, but there's some stuff you don't need to include.
I have to lie about myself,
I can't tell you guys.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, brother. It's to your own discretion. But she does it by proper professional.
But to get a job, like honestly, if you have to lie to get a job, it's a little white lie,
But the
right?
bad thing about it, if they check it one day, or if you get promoted and they look back and you did, that's a reason to not promote you or to fire you.
Yeah, but
so roll the dice.
But at the same time, if you need the job, you need the job.
Yeah.
Right?
If you want to roll the dice, you roll the dice, right, brother? She's doing these things at Kepper House. I'm there. I'm asking her for dates, She's like, no, I don't got time. Sorry. And finally one day she says, all right, Arturo, quit blowing me up. Let's go out on a date. We went on our date. Little did we know that we
forced her, homie.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
It paid off, brother. It paid off.
Good.
Wonderful woman. Beautiful, beautiful family. We're all one right now. We're on a roll, man. So one day COVID hits. Now we're at 2020. COVID hits. All the meetings shut down. Excuse my language. Man, all meetings shut down. All right, well, let's start our own meeting. Let's go to my backyard where I live in my little casita. Let's put a little fire pit. Let's put a little tacos right here, and we'll promote it. We'll start off with 8 people. We had our own NA meeting in the back of my pad. So now we got 8 people, 10 people, 12 people. Next thing you know, there's 20 people in my back of my little casita. We're like, damn, we got to go to the side now. It started getting big. People are like, man, this is a cool meeting. These guys are all friendly. They eat tacos, they make food. Everybody's just in a good mood. It's a good vibe. Everybody attracted to it. So next thing you know, we get people from other homes coming to us, and they're like, you know what, man? We're good, we're sober, we're happy, we're sober, but our homes that we're at, we're not being treated as we should. This is what we're doing wrong. This is what they're doing wrong. And I'm not gonna put that home out there. It is what it is, but it's not about the home, it's about the people. So I told my lady, I said, hey, babe, you know what? We need to get our home. We need to open up a home. She's all, well, you said, yeah, why not, babe? You know what I mean? Let's go apply. Let's go see what happens. All they can say is no, you don't qualify. Sure enough, we went, we applied, and boom, we qualified. You know what I mean? And we went and checked it out, like perfect.
What do you qualify for? What does that mean?
So when you qualify means if you have enough income.
Okay,
if you have enough income, enough down payment
to rent the house,
to buy it first. To buy it first, you need a down payment. You need to have credit. You gotta have on check. You gotta make enough on check.
See, like people like me that are watching, they don't know that. That's why I asked.
No, it's informative, and we want to inform you guys on all this stuff. Because it's a long learning process buying a home. It's not like no, it's not just have the money. No, it's a lot that goes behind it, but it's worth it. So when we got this home, it was perfect for the home for the guys. We put bunk beds in there, 2 per room upstairs, downstairs a few more, but it's also a lot bigger room. And these guys keep it immaculate. Maybe one day we'll show you a tour of it. I gave Juan a little tour of it. He saw it.
That could be a different segment for a different day, of course.
Of course.
I feel like this one we need to just send the message. And what I have in my mind for you is above this platform. There's other platforms that I'm pretty sure that we could get you in. Well, if you're interested, because at the end of the day,
I don't get paid for this, bro. I don't even get paid for the sober living thing. Anything that's made in the sober living goes back into the homes. You saw what we came with earlier, toilet paper, right? That's one thing, right? But you have electricity, water, all the stuff that comes with it. So when you do stuff like this, Juan, it comes from your heart, right? Giving people burritos at the fields, that comes from your heart. You don't have to do it. This year and the 2 years before,
we should televise it, not to brag or boast,
yeah,
but to motivate others to do stuff like that. That's good content that I would like to have.
Of course.
Whenever you're ready, you hit me up, dog.
We're gonna do prototypes, the women home with all the kids and all that. We're gonna go do Santa Claus. One of our guys will be Santa Claus. We have the outfit, Mrs. Santa. We're gonna go over there in our lowrider that Marshall has, and we're gonna go over there and hand out toys to the prototypes, to the kids. especially the kids and the moms. That comes from us. That is all by donations from people like my lady's work, Express, her boss, her co-workers, all these people at Express, employment professionals. Big shout out to you
Have you guys
guys.
done one in Squires yet?
They're doing one of Turkey. Paul is day by day is doing it.
You should do one, perro, for
Well,
Christmas.
yeah.
If
I mean,
if you know, if
I do more
whenever,
the rehabs,
yeah,
So we're gonna do them and the Kepper House. We go pretty big, bro. Right with Santa Claus and all that
yeah,
stuff.
no, no,
Paul
for
and all
sure.
them and outsiders, they all got the
But you
neighborhoods
can
right
never
now.
forget about the
But
kids,
yeah,
though.
no. But there'll be a time for something else to come up.
Yeah.
Something else will come up. But that's something else that we got going on. We have again. You Juan. You've come to a place now, brother, where you're being watched. Especially from Oxnard, Ventura County, and now you're going to. I see people comment from other parts of the world now. So you're a
Yeah.
voice now, brother. You're a voice that can get these ideas.
No,
Why?
and I'm here for you, bro. Just like you're here for me. Just
Exactly.
like I haven't put it out there now because it's nobody's business. But you know how you helped me out before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah, we're here to help. And like I said, we don't the million viewers, we would like one viewer to be influenced in the right direction
As long as we
to
get like
change his life.
10,000 views, that somebody's gonna be in there that is gonna feel it.
Yes.
You can see it in the comments, bro.
Yeah.
In the comments, people take the time to comment,
Yeah.
and they drop some positive
Or share it.
stuff.
Share it with other people, man. Share it with somebody who's struggling with drugs today. Share it with somebody that doesn't believe in themselves, that has low self-esteem. Show them this video and show them about this guy right here from Squires that grew up in the neighborhood, with a prison background, heroin background to where I'm at today. So we started off with one home in 2022, and now we're up to 3 homes within 2 years.
So where to go if, let's say, you're from another county? It doesn't matter which county it is.
Yeah.
You're a drug addict. You don't know where to go. You're gonna end up right here. We call it the river bottom. In LA, they call it the skid roads.
Mhm.
Where to go, perro?
Where to go? So first of all, I'm gonna promote our sober living and stuff. So we're not government funded, we're private, right? But we work with people. My lady again, she works for Express, so she can get people work. She can get you to work if you want to work. But we're right here, New Path Sober Living. Maybe we could put it right there on the little thing so people could
They see
find
the
us.
picture. They see the picture for you.
Okay.
But it's gonna be, you can spell it for them. It's
Yeah.
NEWPATH, New Path Sober Living, and that's a correction that I have to make because another podcast I said new pad like a house.
Oh, got
Yeah,
you.
but it's
Yeah.
New Path.
NewPathSoberLiving.com. We're on Google. We're also on Instagram, and we're also on Facebook. If you follow us on Facebook, you're gonna see the activities we do with our guys. We take them camping. We're taking them to Dodger games.
You gotta post that on Instagram too, bro.
We do.
Because Facebook is for like the abuelitas
Yeah.
and all that. Like
That's
a lot
me.
of the youth, no, but see, a lot of the youth that really need this help,
Yeah.
they don't go on Facebook.
Okay, so Instagram. We do have Instagram too. It's linked together.
Okay.
So when we post on Facebook, it posts on
Okay,
Instagram.
yeah.
So we post our activities. We're having a flag football game, the 3 homes against each other on the 29th at the park near one of our homes. We have so much fun with these guys, man. We went camping with these guys. Like I said, we do activities with them. We had a billiards tournament not too long ago. That way they're not all bored and they're like, man, my life's over. I'm in recovery. Oh my God, it's not like that. It's a new life.
And I would like to add something that if you're a drug addict and you're struggling and you need the help, I want you to hear this. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. Right here in this home, they're gonna help you. You're gonna have to want to change first off. You're gonna have to want to sober up, and you're gonna have to want to work. Because without work, you can't pay the rent. Without rent, they can't pay the home. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it doesn't matter if you're white, black, yellow, purple, whatever color you are. It doesn't matter if you're a rocker, a homie, an ex-lawyer. It doesn't matter. They're gonna help you. You just have to want it.
Correct. And if for some reason or another you can't come to Ventura County, you can always look on Google for a sober living near your home because some people can't travel from other states here.
You'll go get 'em,
But
bud. You'll go
NA
get
is
'em.
big, guys. We're worldwide. We're all over the world, but we're in the United States also. Big in the United States. Every state, every county, there's a meeting everywhere, bro. So if you want to start off and get a little taste of what NA is a support group of Narcotics Anonymous, of people helping each other stay clean another day. And that's the goal here. and that's the message. You know, with the 3 homes that we have now, we're able to change people's lives. We got graduates that went back to their homes now. We got graduates who like got full-time jobs now. My homeboy Benji, you know what I mean? Big shout out to you, carnal. He's got his new car. Hopefully we could post it up there. You said 2, carnal. But yeah, you know, he's watching you too, bro. To my homeboy Flavio, that's in Mexico right now, another OG out there that's gonna start subscribing to you, carnal.
Shout out to Flavio.
Flav dog out there.
I did time with Flavio. I don't know if he remembers me because I was maybe 18 or 19. You know, he was already older. But they call me Maniak. Flavio, if you're seeing this, shout out to you. I've heard nothing but good things about you. When I was there, I seen nothing but good things about you. And con eso dicho, you know, we're right here with Turo. Anything else you would like to add?
Of course, brother. Of course, man. So like everybody else gives you shirts, bro, we're gonna give you a shirt too, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody else gives you a freaking shirt. Why can't we? Play, guys. Bam, new path, sober living right here, man. You know, we want the homie to represent us also. You know,
look, new path. That's what it is. New path, sober living.
Yep. And you know what I mean. And your platform has gone to elevate, bro. You're elevating. You're elevating my kids. You know what I mean? I want to shout out to my kids and stuff, man. Manuel Ortiz.
Nina? Which one's Nina?
No, that's Tiny. Tiny, my little boy, Tiny Bubbles. You know what I mean? That's my boy right there. You know, my boy Jojo and Gio that are also watching this. You know, that are doing this. Albertini. They're all your followers. They watch you. You know,
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Keep this going, guys. Share it. Roger, we got my boy Rogers at the commissary. He'll be watching you too, man. You know, Roger, you're my right hand man at work, and I can't do this by myself. We all have to have somebody to help us,
and I would like to say too, thank you guys for all the support. I know there's a lot of haters out there, but for all the supporters, I appreciate you, and let's take this to the next level to where we can actually help people, bro.
One more. Our guy, Cam Customs, right there in El Rio. He's got his shop right there, hydraulics. Brother, big shout out. I told you we're gonna throw you up there. He's also watching you on the TV and all this stuff, man. And for you guys that are in the county that know Cholo Juan, guys, share this with other people, man, because you know, this is a positive message. Share his stuff also. He's got positive messages going out to people, and we need more of that, bro, because these other vatos, these other channels, all they do is fascinate all the prison life, who's doing what. That's all cool and dandy if that's what they want to live life like, bro. But us as people that are right here, right now in the city.
You know why I do it, Turo? Because we lived through it. Me and you,
exactly,
we lived through that.
Exactly, brother.
And I remember being young, but already in the system with you, you know?
Exactly, brother.
And you know, it's not a place where we want people to. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not perfect.
No,
I'm
any of us.
I'm not 100% rehabilitated.
Nah,
and
man.
Sometimes I do stuff that I'm not proud of, but I'm here to help as long as I can help.
Exactly, brother. And I'm here to assist you in any way and form we can. We have a little bit of stuff that we can help you out with, you know what I mean? And we're here to support you, you know. And a big shout out to my lady, man, because without her, bro, like, you know, all of this stuff wouldn't happen. You know, we're just starting the tip. So from her being, you know, in the staffing that she's into, someday her goal is to open up her own staffing.
Ooh,
it's going to be called Red Door Employment Services, and she's going to have a branch just for us. Second opportunity. And of course, she'll have her professional thing, but her main thing is Red Door Employment Services, and she's going to have her second chance department.
Send us to Amazon.
Yeah, whatever contracts we get, whatever contract. We have influences and stuff, man. But I tell everybody, man, and sky is the limit. The only people that can stop you is yourself, right? Because there is an opportunity for everybody. Maybe not in this form or that form, but in your own version.
No, for sure. Thank you for the shirt.
You got it, brother. You know, and for sure, man. Let's just keep this. Another day, we can maybe do a video on some other activities that we got going on.
No,
you know,
we're gonna stay linked up. You got my phone number. Yep. And with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys know your boy Cholo Juan does need a job. I am in the La Una Local 585. I don't know why the hall's not sending me to go to work, but if anybody could get me in any type of Local 585 jobs, I'm with it, and I'm here for it. And I'm a member. Anything else you would like to close this with?
Yeah, we could close this with this, man. You know, it took me a little bit to get to where I'm at today in life, guys. This didn't happen to me in day 1, day 2. This has been transpiring for 12 years. You know, hard work, effort after effort, man. You know, you give it your all, you're gonna get that back. If you don't give it nothing, you're not gonna get nothing back. You know, I could be an inspirational goddamn talker and do all that stuff, but I'd rather do this for free. I don't want to get paid for this. I want to do this because it comes from the heart. We didn't recite this. We didn't sit here and go over lines. Sorry about that. There's no screen right here. There's not a little screen right here telling me what to say. You know, this is from the heart, guys. You know, from us here at New Path, from me and Myra and Care Bear and Marshall and my boy Ruru and everybody else that has helped us out along the way, man. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for the support and making me who I am today, man.
And sorry for the lighting. You know, I didn't have time to go buy some new batteries.
Brother Max.
Pero con eso dicho, look, con eso dicho, check it out, man. New Path Sober Living Home, Express
Employment Professionals in Oxnard, coming soon. Red Door Employment Services.
And with that being said and established, drop a comment, don't be shy, and share the video.
There you go.